Hello, Spindash friends. How goes? I speak rhetorically. This is only a one-way communication, except online tonight. I, of course, am your host, GX, aka Chris, aka GX, whatever. Either is fine. I will answer to either. However, this man will answer to evil Dr. Reef. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. I'm looking forward to playing some Sonic 2.
Excellent. I'm pretty excited about it too.
So thanks for joining us for almost every Sonic. This is a new series in the Spindash content. I'm going to call it network. It's not, but we're going to call it that for the time being. What is almost every Sonic? That's something that I've heard you ask me several times, Reef, and I've never had a good answer. I came up with the name of it before I even bothered to come up with the premise.
It's a good name.
It's a decent name. It's a good name for a show about playing almost every Sonic, which is what we will be doing here. So, what do we mean by almost every Sonic? Let's approach this backwards. So, Sonic means it's going to be a Sonic game. But what do I mean by a Sonic game? Well, it's going to be a Sonic game if it has a Sonic franchise character as a playable character, or a Sonic franchise costume, or basically if you interact with the Sonic franchise in some way. So there's an anime fighting game where they fight on Green Hill Zone. That's going to be a Sonic game for our purposes. There's a Hatsune Miku game where she dresses up in some sort of Sonic hoodie. Sure, why not? Did I just say it's Sonic video games? What about the Waddington Sonic the Hedgehog card game? I had to import this from Britain for much more than 1p 89 pence. Apparently. We have oddball video games. Have you ever played Sonic's Game World for the Sega Pico? I haven't yet, but I'm gonna. And, of course, your traditional classics, like Yoshi's Woolly World. Hey, there's a Sonic costume in that, if you scan the amiibo. What about Little Big Planet 2? Sonic costume in that, if you buy the DLC. Great. Wonderful. Transition out of our names. I am still getting used to the tech here. But then you may ask, but Chris, what about games that... There can't be that many Sonic games, but there are different versions of Sonic games. For example, I would say Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis and Sonic 3D Blast for the Saturn, going to be very, very similar games. And for our purposes, we're going to treat them as different games. However, we might not say treat as different games the PC version of Sonic Unleashed and the PS4 version of Sonic Unleashed. I don't think that would be entirely necessary.
Yeah.
Alex in the chat, Alex of Sonic Stadium writing and fame, asks, what about stone carvings on the mountains overlooking the classic Sega racetracks? Sadly, we don't consider those interacting with the Sonic franchise. So if you're thinking, hey, I remember that Sonic shoes make a cameo in Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie's Double Trouble, wouldn't that be a Sonic game? For our purposes, no. We are going to have to interact with the Sonic franchise in some way. It's not a clean line, but it works about 98% of the time, and that's good enough for our purposes. Final judgment is on me. If I say it's a Sonic game, I'm the person with the stream. If you say there are other Sonic games, Twitch is an open platform. You are welcome to start your own stream of all the Sonic games I missed. So let's have at it. I picked for this session, for our first session, we are going to watch some... watch, as in play, some Sonic 2. And this cartridge is a little bit special, simply because it is my actual factual childhood cartridge.
That's really cool.
You can tell it is because of all the space stickers on it. And we're not going to be playing this, because for some reason my console does not want to recognize it, probably because it's been so lovingly cared for so long that it doesn't even work because of my, I don't know, 8-year-old self overplaying it. I don't know, I'll blame bit rot.
It's well loved.
It is. I do like to, when significant, start off with a word on the hardware. We will be playing this particular game over on the Retron 5. It is a console that I know has some controversy on it. I looked at a lot of different options. I settled on the Retron 5 as sort of the best compromise in delivery and price. It was this was not a situation where I love you guys, I want to give you the best possible product, as close to authentic as I can provide you, without involving SCART cables in any part of the process. That's just buying a FrameMeister or whatnot is just going to be outside my wheelhouse, outside of my budget. Even if buying a rather large graphics card isn't. But hey, we're dealing with what we can deal with. I am, however, bringing a little bit of authenticity in playing with an actual factual Genesis controller.
Excellent.
For this game. In the future, I think we're probably going to ditch this controller and go with something from 8-Bit Do, because I'll be honest, the more I'm playing with this Genesis controller makes me realize, I don't know if it's the age or what, but I don't think I really like the Genesis controller.
I was never a huge fan of it. I think that the top row of buttons was angled in such a way that it didn't feel quite right in my hands. But I also have really long fingers, so I don't know.
So, Reef, let's go ahead and get started on the game.
All right.
That old classic Sega sting.
Yeah.
I
do miss that, honestly.
Yeah. They've done it.
I think this is... Oh, go ahead.
They've done it in... I actually just started up Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed to check out my new graphics card. Which, I mean, it's overkill for that game, but...
Oh, I see. Yeah,
it still has that great Sega intro.
I really like how in Puyo Puyo Tetris for the Switch,
they just have the
one
characters.
anime character. She's just like Sega, and it's like her saying it.
Yeah. So, for our first Almost Every Sonic, we are just going to play just your average standard game of Sonic and Sonic 2. Have it be played with Sonic and Tails. And... Ooh, what else could we say? No Supersonic this one. We'll have runs through where we will use Supersonic, but I'm kind of just recreating, hey, this is me as a kid sitting in front of my dumb TV with my dumb cereal and more time than hobbies and just playing some Sonic.
How do you eat cereal and play a video game at the same time?
Not very well. Or very
say.
messily. Or you get those cereal bars.
Oh, that's... Well, did they have this back in the 90s? They must have.
You at least... You know what? They at least had the cereal bar's predecessor, the Rice Krispie Treats.
True. That is the healthiest of options. Give me a Rice Krispie treat over a Luna bar anytime.
So... So, just almost every Sonic is kind of a... We'll call it a documentation / entertainment show. The entertainment part comes in from us talking like idiots for however long it takes, usually about 2 hours. And the documentation part comes from whenever this gets posted to YouTube. We will have 2 versions. A version of the version that you're listening to on stream right now, and the version of just the game video stream. That way, if you just want to watch Sonic 2 front to back, or any of the other great or not so great Sonic games that we'll be playing, you are welcome to choose whichever feed you prefer most.
Excellent. Now, I think that it's also worth mentioning that the way that you're playing through the game is effectively like how someone would approach the game the first time, which is why I kind of like that you're not getting the emeralds.
Is this some sort of rip on my ability to play this game?
No, it's sort of just like an observation about the fact that a lot of people don't bother with that, or maybe they don't even know about it at their first playthrough.
Well, you know what? Just to spite you, let's get one. Let's just
maybe
get
it was
one.
Part of my plan to make you go to the special stage so everyone could see this special stage.
Oh, master of reverse psychology.
I really like the special stages in this game, but they are infinitely frustrating, especially with Tails.
It can be. I believe with Tails, the amount of rings that you have to collect is more than. Oh, good, I did fail. Alex wished failure upon me, and it's true, I did fail in this situation.
Yeah. I do like the fact that it's sort of that pseudo 3D that started cropping up in that generation. I know Sega pioneered that a little bit, but that started showing up in the Super Nintendo towards the end of its lifespan.
Yeah, it kind of... If you consider things like Donkey Kong Country kind of, we'll say, really pushed against what Sega was doing at the time, and then eventually some of their other let's convert 3D models into 2D sprites type of work, like Mario RPG, I believe.
Yeah, that sprite-based pseudo 3D got really popular in like 94, 95, but I feel like the Genesis did it much earlier.
Genesis definitely had some early pushes into it that didn't, I don't think, had as many. I don't want to be wrong, but in my memory, in my mind's eye, I feel like I remember the SNES having more colors than the Genesis. I could be wrong about that, but I believe so.
You just got volcanoed.
So we've kind of made it to I think what is considered the most iconic stage of this game.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to look at Emerald Hill and say, oh, this is a completely wholly unique stage.
Right. That's kind of what I was saying, is like people don't really even remember Emerald Hill. They're like, oh, it's Green Hill again.
Yeah, and it's not. Like, it has some unique aspects.
Yeah.
But largely speaking, it's still fairly similar. However, I believe Chemical Plant was one of the ones that they featured on the actual commercials for the game, because it's a little bit of a contrasting stage. It has a lot of hazards in it, but it also has a lot of areas to just build speed.
Yeah, there are places in this stage where you can go faster than the screen can track you. And it's contrasted with some rather intricate platforming, which I think is neat.
It is. Pokepal brings up that it's one of the worst stages. I think he's bad at handling water in any forms.
Well, I mean, the thing is, this is really the first encounter you're going to have with water in the Sonic 2 game, at least. I know that in Sonic 1 there's water stages, but it's tricky, especially since in this stage you don't get to have the little air bubbles.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that's worth mentioning about Sonic is as a franchise, I don't consider Sonic to be 2D Sonic to be particularly easy games. They're not the hardest, especially in that era, but by today's standards, I kind of think, like, it's a game where you have to wrap your head around how Sonic moves, and you have to plan for how he is going to move as you're playing.
And the wild thing about Sonic is that he's very slidey. He doesn't have the grip that Mario has.
Well, it's not that he's slidey, it's that he has momentum.
Yeah.
And stopping and starting with momentum is something that you do have to kind of get to grips with.
Yeah.
Like in this case, sure, I can go this far. I'm guessing this might be the part that a lot of people have trouble with. This is like one of the only forced water moments, but there is a way to do it. It's not a way that I could do as a kid because I wasn't this patient, but I certainly have significant more control now than I used to just only move as much as I need to move and let the blocks do the work.
Yeah, and one of the things that, as adults, we can stop and think about is the fact that, if the music starts, I still have a lot of time to not drown.
Like, it counts down from 5, but it's not actually 5 seconds. It's probably closer to, like, 8.
Yeah, it's really not super punishing.
The problem you get to is the music makes you think it's...
Yeah. It's another thing, speaking of the music, is I think this is probably some of the most well-known music in the Sonic franchise. And the stage aesthetic itself is extremely well-known, so much so that they put it into Sonic Mania.
It was in Sonic Mania, it was in Sonic Generations, like I said, this is the iconic stage for Sonic 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about Sonic Generations. I'd like to go back and play that again. The only stage that I remember with a lot of clarity that was a classic Sonic stage was Sky Sanctuary Zone, which I think is some of the best music in the Sonic franchise. I just love that song.
And that's a really good rendition of it. Okay. Now let's not die this time.
One of the things I really like about Sonic versus a lot of the Mario games that have come out in the 2D era were the fact that Robotnik tends to try to do things that fit the theme of the stage. Like in this one, he was trying to dump chemicals on you from the little thing underneath.
Yeah, it's kind of the weird thing about Mario. Mario has some select themes, and they're okay themes, they're decent. I feel like this game really brought forward, or defined themes in Sonic games.
Yeah.
Like, you could see, some inspiration for Sky Sanctuary in this. I know upcoming will be the Casino Night stage, and, like, that defined, hey, Sonic has casino stages.
Yeah.
That's not something that many other games have, and...
Yeah. And that's something that made the jump from 2D to 3D. Wasn't there a casino stage in Sonic Adventure?
There was. I mean, there was... It even kind of defined, like, hey, not just casino stages, but very similar styles, like a circus stage that used the same sort of over-the-top primary colors.
Right. And I think that the sort of the temple / ruin shows up a lot, but I mean, besides Labyrinth Zone, I feel like this is probably the earliest example of a water stage that involves a lot of the same kind of like pillars and plant life.
I don't know if I could feel confident saying that. There were a lot of games on NES.
Also, I think the other thing that really does it for me is the parallax swirling in the background, because this stage has like 9 layers of parallax swirling.
Yeah, as we go through Act 2, just kind of pay attention to that specifically. It's kind of nuts. We've got that layer of mountains like far away in the background, and we've got like 4 layers of trees.
Yeah.
And then as you go further, the background actually does change.
And that's something that the Genesis did really well, is that sort of, and I hesitate to use the word aesthetic, because...
It is an aesthetic. Like,
yeah, but it immediately makes me jump to Vaporwave, because, you know, now that that's popular, and they use a lot of things like old Nintendo and Genesis games as, like, their backdrop. This feels like that, like the ruins, and you see that in Echo the Dolphin as well. This sort of, like,
Oh, so close. I don't know, like, let's be honest, the Genesis is the Vaporwave console.
It really is.
Like,
and I'm fine with that. I do remember this stage being very frustrating as a child, however.
it can be, like, I was too impatient at the beginning, so I didn't bother to take the upper path. But, actually, let's not risk it here and just grab these bubbles. So, Tails was not so lucky.
Well, Tails was Brazilian. Again, some great music as well.
Like, this whole game, I believe, Dreams Come True, or one of the members there of a, Japanese musical group actually provided the compositions for it. And, you might know them from... Well, you probably don't know them outside of Japan in... like, just the music industry. But, if you do recall the soundtrack of Sonic 06, it uses one of their, in fact, one of the songs used in Sonic 2 with lyrics attached.
Oh, okay.
I like it without the lyrics, but
Fair.
people have strong and diverse opinions about lyrical Sonic music.
Well, I mean, it's hard to top City Escape.
I'm trying to think if you're sincere about that or not.
I'm like 75% sincere, not because it's a good song, but because it's extremely catchy.
This is certainly one of the more quicker runs of Sonic 2 that I've had.
Yeah. But I mean, when you think about it, it's not an incredibly long game. I mean, you can go through as quickly as you can go through and basically blast to the end, maybe have like 5 rings by the time you get to the end of the stage. Or you can kind of like search for the secrets, because there's a million different paths you can take in these games.
I see we've already started an argument of Sonic vocal music, and we've got a What I'm Made Of going on. We've got an All Hail Shadow, because our watchers are internet trolls. I'm going to raise you a end theme of Sonic Colors.
I don't even think I've ever heard that, which is funny because Saber has beaten Sonic Colors, and I know I've seen the end.
Don't you love the music of this stage?
It's so good.
It is so good.
When I was a child, I had come up with lyrics to this song.
You know what?
And
I did the same, but here's the thing. I bet your lyrics were better than mine, because here's my lyrics. Casino night zone, casino night, casino night. And that's how I sung all the stages.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. What's really funny about that is that all my friends think that's what the lyrics that I came up with were, but they actually had lyrics that like corresponded to pieces of the stage.
Huh.
But I don't remember any of them, so I can't like confirm that to anybody.
So
For half a second, I thought you got stuck on the wall, and I thought this was game over.
No, don't jinx it.
Yeah.
So, as kind of like the first casino stage of this, it does set itself apart in some ways. Like, this is a straight up pinball stage. Like, it's casino themed, but between all the conveyor belts and weird tunnels like this, springs,
And the pinball launcher that you were
Pinball
watching.
launchers, pinball panels, all of the actual slot machines are attached to those kind of rails that are intended to catch a pinball.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
And even then, this stage doesn't really have hazards in the same way other stages do. Like, we passed 1, maybe 2 enemies total in this.
Yeah, and the enemies that you pass, they also are pinball-esque. Oops. They're pinball-esque because you can bounce off their heads if you do it right. Nice, continue.
Indeed. I'll hopefully not need that, but... Okay, if I remember how to do this properly... No, I thought it went that way. I think it just goes up or forward. Let's use it to our advantage to spring up here, get some rings.
I'm really glad that modern games do still take cues from Casino Night Zone, because I know that Spectropolis in Sonic Mania has a lot of that same vibe, and I love it.
Studiopolis?
Or yeah, Studiopolis. I don't know what Spectropolis is, but...
I think you have to use a spectrogram to view that stage.
Probably. They have those really neat prism glasses that you can use in science labs to see, like the color markers for different elements like sodium and hydrogen and stuff. That's what that is.
And someone designed a Sonic game for it.
Yeah.
And of course, as our name implies, we'll be playing it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Something interesting I wanted to point out that you went by a little bit ago, but I just noticed as you sailed past, is the fact that it has Tails' real name in the stage.
It does.
Which I think is interesting because no one really ever stops to think about the fact that Tails' name is Miles Prower.
I think most people do think about that. Well, let's go ahead and try one more special stage, I suppose.
Yeah. Like you said, sometimes by accident.
Sometimes by accident. Although this time I'll get it. I'm surprised I didn't get the first time, but I think I was distracted, and that's the excuse I'll make.
Yeah.
You can't prove otherwise.
No, I can't. Not without a long legal battle.
Cool.
Are the emeralds are color coded, and you always get the same color emerald for the first one, right?
I believe so, yes.
Because I've never stopped and actually looked at the colors of the emeralds.
I think at least in modern Sonic, they've made the canon emeralds red, yellow, green, teal, blue, and purple. Is that 7? And gray.
Oh, okay. I think that one of the neat things about this is that it's such a simple concept that you don't... This is just like a fudged 3D environment. You don't really have to do a lot of work to make something like this happen in
if
2D.
Yeah, if you look at the stage itself, it's maybe like 3 frames of animation, and then just on a complete loop, and then they just add in the sprite for rings and everything in it.
Right, yeah.
Although, what really is astounding is the Sonic 3, or Sonic and Knuckles, or some combination of the two, special stages. Like, they're kind of a pain.
Yeah.
But, like, how should I put this? There was some recently shown off development footage of the sort of tech test of that. And it's just kind of wild, like, how the sprites in it are rotating and moving and resizing based on your location whenever they remove the actual sphere itself, or whenever they kind of change the view of it.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. I'd love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw a tech test at some point for the parallax scrolling in one of the Sonic games for the Genesis, and it's really interesting how they achieved it by just stretching and compacting the different elements in the background.
Yeah, it's I know Nintendo's kind of famous for Mode 7 accomplishing that a lot, but Sega has some good examples of just, we'll say, technical tricks. Like,
Yeah.
technical tricks is sort of how they advertise themselves, like the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
blast processing thing. That, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lie. There is no blast processing, but
Right. I think the fact of the matter is, though, back in these days, you had to fake everything.
yeah, I mean, yes and no. Like, there were companies that just straight up put extra chips into their console, or into their
That's true.
cartridge. And, I mean, that is significantly not faking it. It's not something
Yeah.
that you could really fake today unless you are
Yeah.
really I mean, you kind of have to fake it today because, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
Everything's on a Blu-ray or downloadable.
Yeah. I mean, I would almost argue, though, that is faking it because you're offloading some of the power that you need onto the cartridge itself, which isn't really faking it, I grant you, but the fact that they were able to do that and had to do that made the console itself look more powerful, even though it really wasn't.
Yeah, Alex brings up a good point. Like, admittedly, blast processing is junk, but like it did have a straight up faster processor. Like, it's just I will read what he says verbatim as to not confuse his message, but that's why the SNES couldn't do fast-paced shooters as well as the Genesis could, especially in the early years.
Yeah. This boss always gave me so much trouble as a child, and you just make quick work of him.
I've had practice.
That's true.
I've had practice many, many decades ago, and I had practice just a few days ago.
Yeah. Of course, I think that we can all agree that the best boss in all of Sonic is the Sonic Mania Puyo Puyo, whatever that is.
No, but I appreciate your
My
dedication
to the bit.
yeah. So Hilltop's interesting.
Yeah.
So to start off, let's kind of note that it is a palette swap in a lot of ways of Emerald Hill, except for, let's say,
Steel Hill.
Yeah, they've changed a lot of the coloring of it. It has trees now. The ocean has been replaced by a sea of clouds, which indicates sort of, I don't know, the height of the world.
Yeah. And look at that, like, 14 layers of parallax back there. It is very impressive that they are able to do that. I have to give them a lot of credit for figuring out what they've done. One of the things that I find most interesting about Hilltop, though, is that a lot of people sort of forget that it's in the game.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of unique gimmicks for Sonic too, like these ski lift things that you keep running into, and the pine trees, or
the way that I just had to get through that loop by going and then making sure I turn into a ball before I get to the bottom.
Which is extremely visually satisfying, I have to say.
It is. It's kind of neat. I think some of the later Sonic games do it a bit better and don't really ask you to be in a ball to accomplish it, but it is a neat effect.
Yeah. And it sounds good, too. Alright. There you go. One of the things that I enjoy about watching you play this game is that there are so many more boxes of invincibility than I've ever known existed.
I've played this quite a bit, and I found a lot of the secrets. Probably not all of them, but a lot of them.
It's convenient how that lava just hangs there.
So, I don't know if you noticed this, but earlier back, whenever I was going through that loop, that is right before this end sign, there was a checkpoint. And I'm certain they put it there for a special stage, but considering that it's also a checkpoint?
Yeah.
Level design choices.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get the high ground. Yep. There we go. Let's see if we can... There we go. Grab this and the item box.
It's demystifying a lot of the stage design, just watching you play the stage. It's like, how will you get up there to get to that checkpoint? Or like, why is there a box on top of this loop?
Like I said, a lot of this game is just kind of figuring out what in the level you can use to give you the right momentum.
Yeah.
For example, I could use Tails to hit the wrong side of this and get hurt. Tails is very skilled at that.
Yeah. I always kind of got a kick out of the little bit of slowdown you get for plowing through those blocks.
Do I get that, or do I push forward? Let's push forward. Which is good, because I might need that checkpoint. It is kind of a weird... They set it up as this, high-altitude location, but, it's also a volcano. It has a really distinct song attached to it. It has a lot of weird loops and alpine pine trees.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird theme to a level. It's one of the things that I feel like Sonic has lost after the second game a bit is sort of just how abstract and Art Deco some of the locations can be.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like you see that a lot in Sonic 1, and still in Sonic 2, but yeah, once you hit Sonic 3, they have like a very clear, well-defined theme.
And you get hints of it in things like Sonic Advance 3, where they do have sort of a, not consistent aesthetic, but sort of an aesthetic with a theme to it. Good job.
This is another boss I always had a lot of trouble with as a kid.
And a lot of trouble I'm having right now.
Yeah, well, ugh. But as a kid, I always had a lot of trouble with it, but as an adult, it's like, this is a really easy pattern to this boss.
Oh, did they not give me any rings?
No.
Oh, jeez. I should have gone back.
You're gonna have to make Tails do it.
Let's be conservative here and
Do it by the book.
only get one hit in and then dodge. And if Tails gets an extra hit in, great. This is a lot like Marble Zone in the original Sonic 1. It also had sort of a similar boss fight style to it. And it's also going to be somewhat similar to another boss coming up, Oil Ocean.
Yeah.
Where it's mostly about waiting for a Robotnik to rise out of something, fire off what he's going to fire off, and hit him.
Yeah. Except you don't have to worry about lava in that one.
Alex brings up a point. He thinks that's the only Sonic level with pine trees. I believe... I have to imagine there's others. And the reason why I have to imagine is because I know one of the Sonic Advance stages are... either Sonic Advance or Sonic Rush had, like, a wooded area. Like, a zone very similar to the... Yeah, Sonic Advance 2. That's... yeah. Never mind.
Actually, are there pine trees in Ice Cap Zone?
That's a good question. Maybe in, like, the background.
Yeah. This stage, by the way, has some great music.
Oh. Absolutely. I love, It's surprising on a number of levels, because whenever you break down the theme of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing about it is what you might expect.
Yeah.
You kind of see a bunch of minecart rails,
Mm-hmm.
but also it looks like overgrown forest as well,
Yeah.
or at least like green rocks.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also covered in vines and a lot of like brickwork.
Yeah, it's again a very abstract kind of theme, but I mean, obviously it's Mystic Cave Zone. It's obviously in a cave, and I'm guessing it's like moss and lichen in the cave, a lot of moisture maybe. I don't know.
It's a really, really striking color scheme. You have
purple and
green on the
is
main
great.
level,
I kind of love that.
but but it also has a complement of just these brown wooden style, the gray rails, and then the like purple background.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's some minecart tracks in the background too.
And yet this is not a game that has any minecart stages.
Yeah. I like how sinister it sounds.
It does. Like, it is super minor chords.
Yeah. It sort of invokes images of Carnival Night Zone in a way, except there's a lot more of an actual, like, Calliope kind of deal in that one.
Oh, I thought there was one that, to me, it reminds me of, Carnival Night.
Is that not what I said?
Did you say Carnival Night?
I think I said Carnival Night.
I'm sorry, I thought you said Casino Night.
Maybe I did say... I meant Carnival Night because of the Calliope.
Oh. Oh. I just did that so I could hear the music again.
Yeah.
Beginning of
that's
music.
Fair. I get that.
Every death in this game is on purpose. 100%.
Archival.
Absolutely. I need to show the people Sonic's death animation.
Yeah. The animations in this game are kind of interesting. I really like the look of Sonic whenever he's on a spring.
The, just feet pointed down,
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot. Occasionally you'll have those.
I'm reminded of the entrances to the special stages in Sonic 3, where they are hidden in areas like that, but they do not give you a checkpoint.
Yep. Just a giant ring. Because they decided to have, like, what, 4 different types of special stages among those 2 games?
Yeah.
Even Sonic Mania, I think, only has, like, 3 different types.
Yeah. I always hated these really obnoxious lightning bugs.
They can be tough. They're not as bad as the Sonic CD ones, though.
Yeah, that is true. I always time those kinds of things really badly. That's true in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. There's in the Dark World the red ones and the blue jellyfish-looking things that give off electricity from time to time.
Yeah.
I always time that wrong.
I'm just thinking you're giving me bad flashbacks of Ninja Turtles on the NES. And the electric seaweed.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well get a couple more rings. Boss time. Goodbye, music.
Boss.
We missed you.
That's okay. All the stages have some really good music in Sonic 2.
They do. And we're gonna be getting to Oil Ocean soon. Is Oil Ocean next?
I think so.
Yeah. Even this, though, like, I think this beats the first. I loved the first Robotnik music. I think this one is better, and I didn't appreciate it until like years recently.
This is always the one that I thought of as a kid, even. Just this particular song is the Robotnik song. And then as an adult, when I go back and play these games, I'm like, I didn't know they had different music for each of the games. Look at all the animals you saved.
Indeed. Funny you should mention like that. Just remembering things as a kid. That one of the reasons why I did choose this game to lead off with, aside from us making a first recording attempt on the 2nd, thus being Hedgehog Day, and me having an original cartridge from my childhood, and etc., etc., etc. This is also my first Sonic game. The reason being, this game was packaged in with the Genesis Mark II console.
Oh, okay.
And because whenever the Mark I launched, it, I believe, came with what's the really bad beat 'em up for Genesis that was the arcade port?
I forget.
Oh, I know this.
It could
It's
be
the
any
man.
of them.
It's the man who turns into a wolf.
Oh, Beast, Altered Beast?
Altered Beast. Thank you. But by the time the Mark II came out, Sonic was an established character, and yeah, more or less, Sega just went full speed ahead with him, saying, "Okay, let's put Sonic 2 in. This." I mean, this game is kind of, even more so than Sonic 1, a game that they could sell people on just based on look.
Yeah. Yeah, again, the aesthetic. I don't know if this was my first Sonic game. I never owned a Genesis, but my neighbors did. But I don't know if I played this one first or if they had Sonic 1 and I played that. I feel like I identify with this game a lot more than I ever would with Sonic 1.
The problem with Sonic 1 is that I might get backlash about this, but I don't think Sonic 1's very good.
I wouldn't say that it's bad. I think it just lacks the immense amount of polish that this game demonstrates compared to the first one.
Yeah, polish in terms of just straight up level design.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems Sonic 1 has is its inconsistency in levels.
Yeah.
You'll have, like, everyone remembers Green Hill.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of well, I shouldn't say anyone remembers anything in Sonic 1 other than Green Hill with confidence.
I think a lot of people
but,
remember Labyrinth Zone because it's just so terrible.
Yeah, Labyrinth is the slow point, and not only is it the slow point, but they also revisit Labyrinth Zone for the last stage. Which is like, oh, why are you... This is not what I want out of a Sonic game.
When we were playing through, or when we were talking about Sonic 1 for the Spindash many, many years ago, and I went back and played through it again, I had forgotten a lot of the stages and the gimmicks and all that. There are some really good stage, like, aesthetics, but a lot of the design really became a thing in this game.
We've got some controversy going on in chat. Pokepal saying, "Oh, Sonic CD is the best." I'm gonna go out there and say, Sonic CD probably isn't good as most people remember it being if they're going by memory. Sonic CD has weird, kind of bad level design in places. Like it's like 60% good level design, but then you get situations where it's like these alcoves kind of go nowhere.
Yeah.
The
stage wraps around, and it's a strange layout for, especially when you have compared to the polish of this game and Sonic 3. Sonic 2 really has a lot of strange design choices, or Sonic CD. I'm sorry. And honestly,
Like,
can
I
never
like
quite wrap my
I like
head
Sonic
around it.
CD. Well, I like Sonic CD, but I'll say that in the same breath that say I like Sonic 1.
Yeah.
I just don't think it kind of represents what makes it an interesting series.
Yeah. And I didn't play Sonic CD until I was an adult, and I was kind of let down by it, to be honest with you.
It has some interesting ideas. Like, I would say, like, it's a good thing that you can get it on modern consoles or, more significantly, on PC and enjoy it in, like, full recreated HD with Tails as playable character. Because
Yeah.
I think to some extent it does deserve at least that much.
Yeah.
I just
It's
am
not bad by any stretch, but it's certainly I wouldn't even say
How
a
should I
step
put-
backwards, but
I'll
it
tell you
certainly
what.
needed more polish.
I can see the context in which it would deserve some of the praise, and if you've kind of paid attention to the way that I play this game, I don't really play trying to go as fast as I can. I'm a little bit methodical.
Yeah.
I do try to find, hey, I remember there's a secret here, I'm gonna grab that. I would like some bonus rings. Sonic CD can be a slightly better game if you want to play it at full blast speed.
Oh, you're in the oil.
Yep.
The secret oil trick.
So there are multiple ways to tackle this boss. I know normally they just want you to stand on one of the things here, avoiding his various attacks. But you can get tough like that. And then hit him when he comes up. But the cheater's way to do it, well, is to just stick on the side here and jump.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure you keep jumping, or you will die, just like Tails did there.
Oh no, my friend.
Now he can't land, because I won't let him.
Who wants to land in oil?
Go free all of you walruses and penguins and other animals that are often covered in oil.
Yeah.
Oh, Metropolis, the bane of my existence.
This stage has, I think, per capita, the most enemies that have projectiles.
Projectiles that have a lot of projectiles. Projectiles that home in on you.
Yeah.
Projectiles that are extremely difficult to avoid.
But some of the best music in the game.
It has really, really good music.
I think it's probably telling that the music video for the Sonic movie that's coming out in a couple weeks uses the bass line for this, like, as the lead-in.
Yeah. It's a good...
And I was really excited about that, actually.
Like, dissect this song and it's good on most levels. Like,
Yeah.
it has the record scratch seems fun for this kind of stage. It the guitar riffs on it are just sort of weird and upbeat.
Yeah. For a stage that's all, like,
Was I supposed
A,
to get this
difficult.
one?
and B, it's, like, mechanical, and obviously the bass. That's where Robotnik lives.
Okay. Like I said, this game is about learning what you can do with the character and then executing on it.
Yeah.
Using
I also
ramps.
really love the, I love the little spinny things, the drums, but I love these up and down, like, bumpers.
I'm mixed on how I feel about the bolts.
I hate them. Especially since they're frequently paired with starfish.
That they are. It's tougher whenever you are playing in single player because Tails does actually add to the bolt momentum. The nut momentum. That's a good phrase, the nut momentum.
Yes.
But I can kind of go faster whenever both of us are running in the same direction. But if you're playing a game that's just Sonic solo or Tails solo, you can really only go at partial speed.
Mm-hmm. Although that allows you to be a little more methodical, and that can come in handy when you're trying to dodge those starfish.
Also true. But also, it can be useful if you're trying to just outrun them.
That's true, too.
This is also the only zone in the game that has 3 acts.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of followed up, though, by 2 zones that only have 1 act.
Yeah. I think that the choice that they made between Sonic 1 and 2 to shorten to 2 acts was a really good choice.
It kind of makes... It makes sense if you are trying to basically not have to make as many assets, because this game just has straight up more zones than Sonic 1 as well. And working with that, like, they probably did it in order to have a certain number of levels in the game, whereas this one is willing to have basically shorter zones, but more of them.
Yeah. And it's just kind of nice because it varies the environment, it varies kind of the gimmicks. Like every zone has, every zone has a different kind of.
Okay, what do you think? I should take the high road or the low road?
Well, you always want to take the high road, and then you'll end up in Scotland before me.
Well, I'm taking the low road. Can't stop me.
I can't. You're right.
Also, the low road leads to nothing. I think I'm not supposed to go this way. That's what I get for trying to go against the flow of level design.
Mm-hmm. If you could ever not hit a mantis, that would be amazing.
Oh, I'm going to hit every single one of them in this game. Like, there will be ones that aren't even on screen. It's like...
But their claws are.
It's just gonna home me.
Yeah.
Also, secret alcoves. You have to look for the horizontal bars.
Ah.
Also, secret lava. You just have to look for the part where you die.
Yeah, you gotta look for the lava.
Okay. If I remember correctly, go from here to here. Yeah, this is... I'm... The pregnant pause that occurred was primarily because I was afraid that I needed to... I'm gonna hit every enemy!
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen in this playthrough.
I mean, I feel like that's just Metropolis Zone. You just get by with your, like, 3 rings that you keep scooping up.
So, Reef, do you think there's enough, special stages between here and the end of the stage for me to just be able to get supersonic?
I wouldn't be shocked if there were, but no.
Oh, I might need it.
Not with the number of rings you've currently got.
No, I'm never gonna get it.
Mantises.
Okay. There we go. Eat it, Zorak.
Amazing.
Haha! I am the best gamer that there ever lived.
So that's 2 mantises you don't have to put up with.
And an extra life. Okay. Again, the quietness is due to my concentration in this circumstance.
Because there's a lot of projectiles going on.
I have a lot of rings. I would like to not lose them. Now, the nice thing about the Mantis enemies is, I believe if you kill them, it stops homing. Like, the blades just drop.
Yeah, that is true. And the other nice thing is that they are a one-and-done kind of deal.
Unless you run into the issue that I did my last playthrough, where it was very precariously placed on a ledge that I needed to jump up on, and kept respawning the blades.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like the green and red color scheme going on here, like the green, brown, and like orangish red.
Yeah. I think it really leads to the artificial feel of the whole thing. Ugh.
Well, mid to low road, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Those things, what are they called? Claw hammers?
Yeah, Alex brings up a good point. It's one of the nice things about Sonic as a game is, like, even if it is kind of a lot to get around how you control the character in the stage, they at least have given you the tool of, no, you don't lose health or you don't lose power like in Mario, but you just carry this health currency that whenever you get hurt, you just drop them and you have the chance to pick them up. And if you're 100 deep or 50 deep, like, you're not going to catch them all. You'll be lucky if you get 10 of them back, but you still have a chance to get another hit in.
Yeah.
I keep slouching when I play this game. I keep wanting to slouch. Just look at it.
Because when you were a kid, you were sitting in front of the TV, hunched over a bowl of cereal.
It was. My face was directly in the cereal. That's how I was able to eat it.
See, that's your first mistake.
Yeah, I should have used a equestrian feed bag.
Yeah.
Maybe some blinders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to have the blinders. It keeps the distractions from getting to you.
That's the one thing. Oh, here's the one that I struggled with.
Yeah.
I remember you.
And it's placed just right.
Oh, it's placed perfectly to piss me right off. Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can have him respawn his spikes. There we go. And instantly lose the shield I got, but it doesn't matter because I'm through that section.
That's what the shield is for.
And then hit the next one.
Right. Well, it wouldn't be Metropolis Zone if you didn't.
Again, I have to hit every single one of them.
Yeah.
It's not optional. I probably missed one back there, but...
You missed two, actually.
Now, I was always confused in my previous playing through. It's like, this is the boss, this is the boss. This is not the boss yet, but we're getting close.
Yeah, because it's that really long one of those.
Yeah. This one just kinda... It does just have a lot of things that... If this were a widescreen game, then I think it might be slightly easier because you at least be able to see what's coming up a bit more and react to it. I think this game would probably... This game would really, really benefit from a, I say that, but it got one, a Taxman port, but this game would really benefit from the Taxman port that was made for Android, ported to, like, PC or something.
Right, right.
Now we are boss. Okay. I always hated this boss.
It's obnoxious.
The problem with it, and this isn't a huge problem with Sonic or Tails, but if you're ever playing this game as Knuckles, Knuckles doesn't have as high of a jump as other characters.
Yeah.
And that means you really, really have to hit the apex of it to jump over him, because he has a lot of screen real estate. No, Alex, I'm not going to spam attack him. I will soon enough, but not yet. He has too many eggs. After I destroy some eggs. Now,
you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
If you're supersonic, though, you can actually jump high enough to hit him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Also, you could stand still and he will run directly into you.
Yeah, that's the most efficient way to die.
I've had playthroughs where I've actually died from that ending laser part.
I can believe that. It's sort of unpredictable
After
when
that,
he shoots it.
After that, like, it's a long battle if you don't spam it, if you do try to play cautiously. And it is still very possible that you could end it with no rings, and then if you're not expecting, oh right, he does that at the end.
This stage is really unique, and I don't feel like there's anything quite like it in any other game.
The most I could really compare it to is Sonic Unleashed, where that actually does have sky stages where you're riding on the, or where Sonic is riding on, although that's more of a shooter than, yeah.
I love the little baby turtles.
Alex brings up Sonic Pocket Adventure as another example, which I haven't played that yet.
Oh, spoilers.
Just like the Doctor Who.
Yes, the Doctor Who.
Sonic is the Doctor Who.
Yeah, because he can travel through time.
He made the screwdriver, which I believe is, what, orange juice and vodka?
Yeah.
It's his doctor's favorite drink.
Yeah. It tastes okay. There are worse things to do to vodka.
Like drink it?
Yes. I found out through various plays that I've been in that vodka is really good at taking odors out of clothes. It's better at doing that than having a good taste.
Does it replace that odor with vodka?
Well, eventually once it evaporates, then you can't smell it anymore. And it evaporates quick because it's basically pure ethanol.
Why are we talking about vodka?
I don't know. Again, I love the baby turtles.
The baby turtles are great. The downside is whenever you
kill them.
actually, you can't really kill that one.
No. Which is nice, because it would fall to its death very quickly.
Actually, considering that all of the other ones you kill also contain baby turtles, like the chickens have a chance on, like, at least reducing their,
Yeah, their terminal velocity.
Yeah, the turtles, oh no, they're done.
Yeah. Maybe that's a commentary on the Super Nintendo and Mario.
Burn it.
I like the things that Wing Fortress does. I feel like they are better implemented in Flying Battery Zone.
Yeah, it's like this. It definitely is more refined. Like this is definitely unique to this stage. Like there's no other stages in the game that even compare to this at all in both level design and style, or music for that matter.
Yeah. The music is a little strange, actually. Oh, it's kind of like a martial, like a military-esque theme.
It's also really unique because as a stage, you are on a giant aircraft. Like, a lot of what you see is this sort of tannish background of rivets.
Oh, you must have got chicken, Joe.
Oh, don't worry,
You
I got
propellered.
propellered.
Yeah. I don't know if there was ever a playthrough where I didn't get propellered in that exact spot.
It's called hubris.
Yeah.
Reef. It is called hubris.
Well, I like to go fast, and I frequently will go faster than I should.
Oh, I didn't think that I would not turn into a ball after that jump. Now, all of that was pure muscle memory from me having played this game as much as I
Right.
had as a kid. That I just kind of know, okay, you go down, oh, down. Okay. I might have missed the timing window for these.
It's gonna be
There we
close.
go. Okay.
Cool.
We're good.
It was pretty close.
But then I died on that. Great.
Well, yeah. But you get the checkpoint. It's all good.
It's what I get for ducking. Also, what? Sure. I suppose I just can't press any buttons. There we go. I think it slows you down if you press buttons while you do that.
Huh.
Which seems like nonsense.
Yeah.
But also,
It could just be trying to even up the score and punishing your hubris.
it probably is punishing my hubris. I have so much of it.
Filled to the brim.
Hubris are like those jelly things made of fruit juice, right? Are those
Yeah.
hubris? Yeah, I have a
They're
whole
like
box
the
of them.
off-brand gushers.
Yeah. I have a whole box of hubris. Good for vitamin C, though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have your vitamin C.
Now, if you want to make comparisons to, what's it called? Flying Battery Zone, this is one of the biggest places to do so in that
Yeah.
this has a lot of inspiration for Flying Battery Zone for this boss. Or the other way around, that is to say.
Well, yeah. One of my favorite parts is coming up where you get to chase Robotnik, and even though he is a human and fat, he is as fast as you.
Indeed. We are approaching the end. I was thinking about what would be good if we went early, and I have something in mind.
Ah, excellent.
Because this has been a slightly faster playthrough than my previous ones.
It is going to depend on how many times you die from this point forward, I think.
That's true.
Not that I expect you to die a lot, but...
Darn it. There we go. Oh, Alex says I know what's coming and I'm jinxing myself, but I might not be. I've had some pretty good runs on the final boss of this game. The controller down. And just enjoy a spaceship scene. Where we come to understand the fact that Sonic may need to breathe in water, but he does not need to breathe in space.
Like a tardigrade. Sonic the Tardigrade.
My guess is that it's not that he drowns, but Sonic is actually water soluble.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I think that's going to be the big revelation in the movie that we see, is that he melts when he falls into water.
Exactly. Or I could be thinking of that, that old movie about the witch. The Blair Witch.
The worst witch.
That's how they defeat the Blair Witch, right? They threw water on her? Okay. 1, 2. Round spin. 1, 2. 3. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But only 1 for this one because air spin.
I have to remember that there's a pattern to this.
The part where you enjoy him running.
Yeah, but how is he doing it? It's amazing.
Sheer adrenaline.
Like, your feet are a blur, and his feet are just regular feet.
This boss always had one thing that would get to me. Like, I can do the crotch hit right there whenever he's done walking. And then the other part of the cycle is that I hit him when he lands right there. Occasionally, I pass through and don't jump off. Just by the game kind of...
Right.
Just by the variables not working in my favor. And hit his arms and die because there are no rings in this stage. You only have 1 hit to live. Also, I jumped too high there. I got 7 more tries, plus however many continues I have. 1, 2. 1, 2. Rockets. Rockets. 1. Yeah, I'll just stick with the 1. Whoa. 1, 2, and ground again. Yep. And just roll into it. Now, if you want to see a neat background of a stage...
Yeah. Look, we're in space.
We're in space and we're also going very fast. So, my guess is that the Death Egg has to be in orbit then, for this to make sense.
But you'll notice that Sonic...
now I got... That was not supposed to happen there.
Yeah, that was uncool. But you'll notice Sonic is on a flat Earth. / Mobius.
Sure. Oh!
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm having a time now.
Yeah. I guess you did jinx yourself.
2.
Buckle my shoe.
2. There we go. 1. 1, 2, and then the last one. Not an efficient run, but it works.
Yeah, it needs to be functional.
Now, I believe in a triangular prism Earth myself.
I think that the Earth is probably more shaped like a clothes hanger.
Okay, I would have taken you for a conical Earth.
Well, a lot of people think that, but then if you have a conical Earth, then where does Santa live?
Oh, he lives at the tip of it.
Well, no, you can't live at the tip.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
I have jinked myself.
Yeah. You'll get it. Just take it one Metal Sonic at a time.
I don't know if the Earth is shaped like a GameCube, Alex, but I do know that it has Mario's face on it. If I am led to understand certain commercials.
Yeah. Mario's nose is Mount Everest.
And in the same logic, clean is better than dirty, and dirty's neater than clean.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what I'm referencing?
No.
That's the song that's played in the what a bunch of children sing in Mario Sunshine commercials.
Oh.
Clean is better than dirty, and dirty's... Wait. Wait, Now I lost it! Which is probably for the best, because I'm fighting a boss. 2 steps. 3 steps. 4 steps. Backwards. And right in the groin.
You've got that knuckle bend.
Give him a kick right in the jimmies. Family jewels. That's what the Chaos Emeralds are.
Yeah.
They're Robotnik's family jewels.
Right.
That's why he wants them so bad.
Right. So what you're saying is that he's royalty and we're stealing them.
Sonic has dishonored his line, and he must take revenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Two steps. 3 steps. 4 steps. It's funny that they basically turned this boss into, like, here's the first major boss in several other Sonic games.
Yeah.
Like, Sonic Mania, it's the boss of Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
And I know he's the boss of Sonic Generations, though I don't believe the first.
I always have
There
to
we
work
go!
out with this.
Ha!
Oh no!
While you enjoy that, I am going to look for our backup. Reef, entertain the people.
There's Tails. He came to the rescue. His airplane is working again and can fly into space and is very good at rescuing someone falling at 9.8 meters per second squared. Wait, that's the accelerator. The point is, Sonic should be dead. He should be burning up in the atmosphere. There's no way that A, he survived, and B, he could have breathed in space in the first place. Sonic should be dead. Those birds are pretty cool. I like them.
Also, this is the song that I mentioned that reappears in Sonic 06.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for when you play that.
I like it to play it for multiple episodes, considering that
there are multiple paths.
there are multiple paths.
Oh, you know, it makes sense that Sonic doesn't die, because if it's flat Sonic Earth, then there would be a completely different set of physics
That's not... However, gravity does still apply.
Apparently gravity's a myth if you are a flat earther.
And you have to imagine that wind resistance has to be a thing for planes to work at all. Oh, wait, no. Is that... No, that would... No. I'm thinking of wind resistance would have to work for his arms to be backward. Well... Oh, this is classic Sonic, though. I don't think he does that yet.
Right. He doesn't do the Naruto run. I like this song a lot.
Oh,
Actually, I really just like the
quickly.
credits medley altogether.
I lost signal very quickly.
Oh, no.
Let's return to game. My laptop has decided it does not especially care for being on for long periods of time.
Well, I guess I get that. The credits music is just fun because it's a look back at all the great stuff.
Indeed. So, my friends, that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but we still get to go a little bit longer because we haven't quite hit 9 o'clock yet.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go ahead and switch to a game that hopefully won't drain my tablet battery. I'm going to switch us over to the studio real quick. And hopefully it will be kind to me disconnecting and reconnecting this.
And it's on fire now.
It is all of the on fire. Okay. I can tell you my laptop OBS isn't a huge fan. Let's see if it works with my... Aha! So, this is almost every Sonic game, and as part of almost every Sonic game... Give me a sec.
Okay.
My secondary recording is being a pain.
Now everything's on fire.
Everything is indeed on fire, especially me.
Everything's on fire. Everything is made of gasoline.
Okay, OBS. Do this already. Okay. It says HDMI is connected. Seems to be okay there. I don't know why my secondary recording is now okay with what is going on. It certainly was not earlier. So, almost every Sonic game doesn't just mean video games that as we traditionally think of them. It certainly still means things like mobile games, tabletop games, all sorts of stuff. So let's go ahead and do some Sega Heroes.
Oh. I'm not familiar with this game.
I have never played it.
Oh, then neither are you.
Okay. We're just going to say okay through these.
I assume it's fine.
It's fine. What are they gonna do? Steal my identity?
They're gonna open Twitter account in your name.
Kids, always read the terms and service. Don't be like me.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for your sake.
Yeah. This
Power.
is for entertainment purposes only.
Strength. Speed. These heroes will be perfect for my collection. I am Dramagan. Dramagan?
Yeah.
Dramagan. Ask your doctor if Dramagan is right for you.
This is sounding very Smash Brothers-esque.
Axe Battler. I guess he probably doesn't have a name in, he's from, Golden Axe, probably, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
Also...
Doesn't have an axe.
Wait. He doesn't have an axe. Is his name Axe?
Yeah, his first name's Axe, his last name's Battler.
I am Axe Battler. Well, I guess that's his name.
Yeah.
Axe Battler, but you... Okay, but you have a sword. And you know what? Never mind. What's important is we stick together.
Glad
Amy
caught
the
that
Pink
too.
Rabbit is correct. I sense enemies. We must prepare for battle. I'm a hedgehog. Axe the sword... Okay. This is the level of humor we're working on, sure. Now let's stop these things and rescue our friends.
You would never know to look at her that she's a hedgehog.
They're attacking. Prepare yourself.
I'm 100% on board now.
You've been looking for something to replace Pokemon, haven't you?
Well, so yeah, I mean, I pretty much cleared out Pokemon Shuffle, but the appeal to that game is that you could move at peace from anywhere to anywhere. And I kind of hate match 3 games that just let you swipe up, down, left, and right.
So you're not a Puzzle and Dragon man.
Well, I would still definitely play Puzzle Quest.
Okay, let's see.
But there's a lot of layers to that one.
It's giving me a couple options here. Let's go with this one. So I'm guessing this is some sort of enemy from Streets of Rage, if I had to guess. Okay. I guess it would be best for me to go for one of the 2 4s. Okay, I guess a star skill is like a special attack.
That makes sense.
By Gold's Breath, what manner of foe is this? It's Joe Hisashi. Is that Joe Hisashi? I'm putting my Sega knowledge on trial here.
I'm getting kind of a Bookworm Deluxe vibe from this for some reason.
I love the bright, happy music in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Musashi. Thank you, Alex. Any 4s that I could make? Any 4s that I could set up? Ooh, I could set up a 4 here.
Yeah.
Amy's mana is full. When I think of the Sonic series, I think mana. Victory!
I don't know why you'd need a mana for a hammer, honestly.
So I got 10 eyes.
Great.
That's
a lot of eyes.
I got 30 experience and 1 experience and 10 coins and 10 coins. You got hero shards. Hero shards are used to unlock heroes, so I guess that means that...
So II has shattered like a mirror.
Okay, sure. I think this is going to be a lot of Puzzle and Dragon, aside from the fact that it's not just drag as many as you can.
Yeah.
Because right now we're looking at very similar color schemes. Okay, teach me how to spend money in this game. Complete campaign stories to collect hero shards. So we're effectively just going to see how far we can get in this until 9 o'clock or until we have to pay money, and then keep this on the back burner as something that we can just bring out as a, filler game if we finish before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We have some other mobile games that would fit that well, such as Sonic Dash? Sonic Dash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's create Blue Star.
I was gonna say, you got a couple match 4s on that one.
Oh, give me that Jet Set Radio music in this very Streets of Rage background. Jet Set Radio wasn't really a Street of Rage, though. That's the problem. It's more of like a Street of Groove.
Well, I mean, I think there was probably a layer of societal unhappiness, which is why you were graffitiing everything.
Man keeping you down.
Exactly.
Gotta listen to some of that pirate radio.
Yeah.
I'm having to remember all of my Puzzle Quest skills here. Let's see. Let's go with...
This doesn't look like the most terrible game, honestly. I might have to check it out.
It seems fine. It's just a question of how it paces itself.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get to the part where it's like, hey, you gotta pay $20 to progress, then I think I'd be out.
Okay, but Ai's power is just to rain bananas. So let's beat Mr. X from Streets of Rage. So I thought I set myself up for a full. Oh, good. Let's see. Set myself up for a 4. Turn sets me up for a 5.
Nice.
Use my star.
I feel like II would be immune to bullets to an extent, depending on what his ball is made out of.
It's the hit points of the ball itself. It's not his.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you can't do a lot of rolling if your
Also,
ball shatters.
I don't know. Is it
Wow.
showing me hit points?
He bounced.
Hero max level increase. Oh, that's
Cool.
one of the things that I have trouble with mobile games, is that it throws so many variables at you. It's like,
Yeah.
here's this statistic at you, and here's this statistic.
Yeah. I played Fire Emblem, the whatever the mobile game is, for like a week, and I was like, there are 12 different kinds of currencies that I could be playing, and about 6 different campaigns / one-offs that I could be playing, and I don't know what to do. I am far too overwhelmed.
So II does not talk, he's just narrated. Eek eek, Aya is having fun with new friends.
That might just be him talking. He might be a third-person kind of dude.
Yay. Oh, apparently that's true. He just refers to himself in third person. Now, if Amigo is in this game and he talks, I will be angry. So we have a campaign, an arena, survival, and Beyondering. Beyondering. Do you think that's intended to be the suffix ing, or a portmanteau of beyond and
Something.
ring? Only bad.
I would lean towards the latter, but I don't really know. It could be anything. It's a mobile game.
I don't know, even right now, I don't have a good sense of what's going on, because it's telling me what to do most of the time. So we have rally tiles, and that fills a rally meter. And then each time the rally meter fills, your team's damage increases for the rest of the stage. Okay. Let's do this. The ninja is very dangerous. Tap to target the ninja. Okay.
Oh, that's fair. I would be afraid of one if they were trying to get me.
Okay, I see. The hit points are above the characters themselves.
Yeah.
I suspect this is probably going to be somewhat similar to the One Piece game that I played that is very much in this visual style, where eventually you're just going to start running up against enemies in the story that are stronger than you can probably manage without paying money.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, they might start giving you some kind of random in-game currency that'll help you negate that, but...
No, because then it'll be for pay currency.
Well, yeah. But like in Pokemon Shuffle, for example, they give you the coins that you can use to buy items. You don't have to buy the coins if you choose to grind.
Do this. That sets me up for a 4. Take the 4. Take the double. And next fight. Tap and hold portrait to see what the skill does. So he deals 72 elemental damage to the enemy team. His if rally level is +2, which it looks like ours is, he inflicts stun. Okay.
That seems like a pretty good, convenient way to shake things up.
Okay. Powered up skill.
Yeah, you're at max on all
Okay,
your dudes.
now he's stunned, so what's Amy do? A lot of damage and removes taunts. And Oh, I love that icon. Look at that icon. That is an amazing icon.
That is pretty great.
3 hits of elemental damage and healing. Amy. And sure, why not? I mean, he's stunned. Let's take a 4 and kill 2 stars. You stop nothing! Dramagan is all-powerful. She cannot be defeated.
If she was so all-powerful, then why isn't she just coming down here and killing you all right now?
There sure are a lot of bad guys around here. A girl could get used to this. Our enemies grow in numbers. We need more allies. True, for now I've got my hammer, and you've got your sword, and well, he has balls of steel.
Yes.
Dramatigan, we're coming for you! Okay, it still doesn't want to let me play, it just wants me to follow along. Let's take this reward. Level up.
See, it's giving you those coins. You must be able to, like, grind for coins if you don't want to have to buy.
Okay, fair enough. I spoke too soon. So, it looks like the quest they want me to do is grind him the level 2 and complete stage 4. Oh, okay, and daily reward. So, okay, here we go. So we've got lightning bolts, which are campaign energy. Oh, that's good. That's our timer for the day. We have coins to level up our heroes, XP to increase my player level, and, yep, gems! Use gems to purchase things from the store. Ah, boy. Well, if I play for 30 days, I can get Shadow, so that's something to work towards. I don't know.
I mean, if you need Shadow.
Oh, for a limited time offer, I could buy Sonic for $5.
Oh.
Or any of these characters.
Oh, Gon is pretty great.
I'm not gonna buy Sonic right now.
But you should buy Gon.
Oh, I can claim Knuckles, or shards to make Knuckles.
Oh.
Which, okay.
Because Knuckles also shattered like a mirror.
I'll take a free character. I would love to use a banana attack on the final boss of this, Alex. Absolutely. So, he has... I guess that's locked? A faithful and passionate ally, Knuckles will unleash a fury if a butt is knocked down. He has a 9.0... Oh, I love it when mobile games have decimal points in their percentages. Oh, Lord. He heals, and he drill claws. I could upgrade them. It looks like I need regents. Regents? Tap to find them. Oh, in the campaign. This seems like a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot of moving pieces to this game.
Yeah, well, who else do they have that we can get with shards?
You should just power up II to max level.
Oh, that is not a good portrait of Beady Joe. Oh, I'm not okay with what they did to him there. So I'm trying to remember my Sega characters.
There's Kirby.
There's Kirby. There's the Altered Beast Bear. There's Ryu and his friend with the swords. I feel like I should remember that Rhino, but I don't recall in what context. Streets of Rage guys. Characters from Valkyria Chronicles. Why do I remember that Rhino? It's killing me. Big the Cat, Cream, and then some characters that I don't recall the names are, but I could probably guess the game, but I won't because that's not what this is. Also, if I'm wrong, then you can't chide me for it. Let's open a chest. What mobile mechanics should we have? Let's have all of them!
Yeah, right.
We'll do one more stage and probably call it for the night.
Okay.
So we have 196 out of 50 lightning.
Great.
And this costs 10 lightning to play. And we get 10 of... I think that's Blaze from Streets of Rage, if I had to guess. Okay, let's fight these non-matching beat-em-up characters.
Mm-hmm.
She yelled and then hit me.
Well, that's usually what happens.
Let's do this. And this. I need to think about how I'm setting this up a little bit better. Let's see. Let's start with this. And use that to... If I could get rid of one of them, then that would create a nice cascade, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. Let's go ahead and just do that. And then take... Oh, it looks like this will create a combo.
Excellent.
And then there.
It did a pretty hefty chunk of damage.
4.
Finish him.
Yeah, let's have Knuckles do his special thing and give me a bunch of coins. Sure, I'll take it. Okay, let's grab this boost. I'm wondering how they determine the enemy timer.
Yeah, I don't know. Destroy him!
Oh, I loved how I left. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that in the last fight. It was really funny.
Alex is clarifying the purple rhino is named Neff from Altered Beast. I don't recall anything from past the first stage of that game. Okay, let's get Blaze.
Very good.
From Streets of Rage. I don't
Carmen
love
San
the art
Diego.
of this.
Yeah, it's not the best.
I guess let's figure out who do we want on our team, because I'm guessing we're limited to 4.
That makes sense, yeah.
Knuckles has a level up, I guess.
Yeah.
Promotes. Find Knuckles in the initiate chest. Okay. I get another... Wait, what? Okay, I get a free
There's a
chest.
lot going on here.
There's so much going on.
This is how Fire Emblem was for me as well. It was like there's so many different things I can do that I didn't want to do any of them.
And then I'm guessing these are the, Okay, so they want me to spend my gems to get the Gachapon,
Yeah, your loot box.
and then do legendary event. Oh, dear lord. Like, I'll play this for a while, but yeah. So we've hit up the clock, so we're gonna say goodbye to Sega Heroes for a bit. I don't know. Are you still into it after seeing all of the mobile trappings?
There's a lot of them, and I'm sort of put off, so...
Yeah, so... Well, thanks to everyone who stopped by for this inaugural Almost Every Sonic. We appreciate you stopping by. We will be back on Sunday, and then subsequent Sundays after that, and I believe we determined our next game is going to be Sonic Adventure 2, the Hero Side story, with my guest will be Saber Pilot.
I'm really excited to watch that. That'll be cool.
Indeed. So, until next time, we're up, over, and gone. Peace out, everyone.
Toodaloo.